Hello, anybody who's anybody, and maybe joining me. I thought I would just come on and talk what I do. Talk my so-called phenomenon of an experience with Bigfoot. Thought maybe what I would do is look at my videos from the early days and give you guys kind of a breakdown on what those early days were like for me. Yeah? Low battery. I've got the charger on, so that should be fine. And this one has a little bit of life, not a lot of life. So once this one goes dead, I can't rob that of its power. I'm going to go to my channel. Maybe I could be going to the questions or comments and seeing what people have said in recent days. I uploaded some more videos tonight on what's going on up there, guys. What's going on? And doesn't make sense what went on here. Shouldn't that just bring me to my channel? Close this ad. It's funny because I don't see where it says my videos or anything. Creators. I'll just go to my creator studio. Said something kind of interesting there. I'm not going to go back though. So it's Sunday night. Most people are in bed and stuff, getting ready for bed, their regular lives and stuff. It's 9:15 p.m. Okay, so here's my videos. It says videos, so I'm just going to hit, click on it, video. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't have done it through. Just doing a bunch of uploading. What is it doing? I'm going to shut this down. Come over to here. That's the thing, it's lagging. Just want to try to anybody out there? Okay. That's nice. I punched in Tinman channel. I know it might have a connection with mine, but it, okay, so videos right there. Try clicking on videos. Damn it, it brings me to this same damn spot again. Okay, I want to... Oh, okay, if I go here... Here again. What doesn't it tell me to pick all? I want to choose them all so I can... Hey puppy, how's it going? Yeah, it's pretty cold up here. How about where you are? I was trying to have some fun, and I was going to do something here that I thought might help out some of my viewers. But I just keep 65 degrees, eh? Is it freezing out? I'd say it's pretty much at a freezing temperature. Like, I'm right in the foothills too. If I go where I probably will go tonight, there'll be ice there for sure, and there has been for a number of days now. And yeah, it'll just be getting thicker because I go a little bit higher. Okay, so sort by, there we go. This thing was just not doing a proper connection, I think. Added oldest. So now that I'm on oldest, I can click this and get myself ahead in the game. Just hold that button down. Trailer life. And there's Herb. Come on, why are you doing that so slow? Is it how lousy I am at it? So there I am on the farm and stuff. And the beer challenge and stuff. Talking about my little pocket knife. You know, I'm just doing stuff. Okay, that's when I see on the one there. It's called the Bigfoot Gift. I changed the name of it. A Bigfoot Gift before I started. Before I really understood a lot. And that was that mix of bones there. If you ever want to check it out, it's called the Bigfoot Gift before started Eagle Skull and Crossbones. It's only 2 minutes long. Okay, I'm looking for something that tells me my very first piece of information. I haven't gone across it yet. See, here's one where midnight strolls scouting for wild animal trails. You know, this is all pre-me really understanding what I was starting to come towards. Okay, here we come into Bigfoot stuff now. So I got this one, and then I got this one that's called Sasquatch Motel with Jungle Gym found. So this is probably day one. It's 6 minutes long. Just gonna open that up. See what it says. It says I have been watching for some time now. I have been watching Studying you boys and girls for some time now, so I decided this day to step into the whatever. I was in crazy land then. But yeah. How's it going, puppy? No, it's Sunday night. Oh, you like those screams and stuff, eh? Yeah, like that's legitimate stuff. If you've watched my video where I sort of say this is where I camp lots of times and this is a gravel road going out from me like this and I've walked along there and I show the daylight view. I even have a little bit of some interaction of dogs going on and stuff like that. It's all them just mimicking dogs and stuff such. That mule, did you listen to, or the donkey ones? If you really put your phone or your headphones on or something and listen very careful, there's actually 3, maybe more, maybe 2, but I think 3 for sure, donkeys going on sounds. So in other words, you have the first, you know how a donkey does its noise, it goes, so it does this hill in its noise. And while the big guy's doing that, listen to the other creepers doing their smaller hills in there of their noise, and you'll realize, like, what are the odds of that for donkeys? And I've been telling you guys about the donkeys for a while now and stuff, so all that works up to is just collateral. When I'm doing a lot of that, I'm starting to realize that maybe sometimes people think the way I talk is kind of trying to drill them all the time, but it's not necessarily always that. It's just trying to tickle people to realize this is a real thing, man. I mean, it's easy to think I'm bullshitting. It's easy to think it's not a big deal. But the truth is I'm not bullshitting, and the truth is we got to figure out if it's a big deal. And that's what that work is giving you guys ideas. It's giving you, the more you sit here and you start to realize, yeah, I get Tinman, man. That's legitimate stuff. Then you got a lot of information. A lot of other people, I'm not bad-mouthing people because people are doing their job. They're doing whatever they're doing, figuring out whatever they are. And you can get a lot of information from those people. But not many people are walking into the new zone of, okay, let's figure out how these guys live. What makes them tick? Hello, Karen. How are you? Yeah, check them out. Like the donkey one, it's titled where you can tell it. And it was just like, whatever. And then I put up some more tonight. Like I put up a longer one there that's 8 minutes or something. And it's one of those things where people find it, there's a lot of length and then times in between. But the thing is, with what I'm trying to do with some of these longer uploads like that, and I'm going to be putting a couple of more up. It's just that it takes a long time out here uploading. But what that longer upload gives to you is the full segment. So you can go, there's no way that guy's pulling, Ian Tinman, is pulling some kind of a fast one. And when you hear little yippy guys that sound like they're right beside a great big guy going, woo, 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 like that. And just a few minutes before, there was an attack of the howling donkeys. It's just got to be, I could imagine it must be trippy to your mind. I'm the guy standing there, so it's real trippy. But to your mind, it must be, what's going on here? Like, do I just believe that's a donkey and be happy with it and go on with life? Do I just believe that's a couple of dogs barking? Like one of the ladies, Mama Nana, she put a comment on there that, just pausing that, something about, sorry, no, whatever. I hate it when people start with sorry because it's kind of like, I feel sorry for you for not pausing a little bit longer. It's like, sorry, what? You're calling me a liar, or sorry you're just not getting it? Like, what's the sorry all about, right? You get me in a way. Because that's sorry when the next person kind of comes across it and they see the first word sorry, they might not bother accrediting me either as part of where I go with that. But then she goes on to make a lot of sense in there. So she should go back, edit it, take out the sorry and stuff, and say, hey man, I got these details. And her stuff kind of makes sense. I commented based on her stuff and told her, sorry didn't make sense, I think. And life goes on. But you know how I've said this a few times, we've fallen by the wayside on how we're good with our mannerism because all this new texting things. I mean, when I was 18 years old, I wasn't picking up the phone talking to 15 different women all the time. But on here, I'm talking to 15 different women all the time. So you kind of get me, it's a new, and with my guys, I say this. And when I was at work and stuff and running people, I would get to be this grumpy. This firm. And then I became grumpy because of some injury stuff. So then I got to balance out my firm. Now I'm, dealing. I'm socializing with a lot of women on here and stuff and having great times. Really am. I used to socialize really well with my mom and stuff, I felt. And even though sometimes we fought big time, she never backed down and we were just really cool like that. So whatever that kind of stuff means, always look for the better stuff, right? Good stuff. So Karen is saying, just saw that one, but you will listen to it later. Perfect. Just saw that one, but listen later. When approximately did you do the donkey video? Just a couple of nights back. Last night? No, it was last night, I think, because I did the live. What I did was I came in, I did a couple of clips, uploaded them, I think. I think that's what I did, and then I had the live. Unless I'm getting mixed up. No, because I'm pretty sure that's what I did. I went out there. I went out kind of early, but it was still dark. You know how it gets dark early here. So I went out there, and they right away just wanted to put on a show. So I got into the show. At first I was pretty tired and stuff, and it was only like 6 p.m. I'm like this, right? But they livened me up. I got out there, had a great taping of, I actually have close to about 50 minutes I think I'll be uploading, you guys. And what I did was I did a number of little takes of it. And that not 50 minutes then, because that 8 minutes was a cut down from maybe the 20-something minute video like I took out. But in that 8 minutes is so significant. And then I actually even cut it a little bit short because there was a little bit of a draw of boring time. And I felt that 8 minutes, you gotta have it playing in the background. It's music to your ears. And because it's worth studying. Like that's what that one lady had said there, the Nana. She had said that, there's a German Shepherd in there, there's this one in there and stuff like that. It's no way, man. Put on your headphones, and they're fooling you obviously that well. When the donkey one goes on, that's the only 19-second one. Listen right at the end, because they start to fail out of their voices. Like this, it's really quite, hello, Michelle, how are you? Hello again to you. You're the younger lad, okay. Oh, okay. Right on, man. You met me outside Booster Juice. Yeah, I remember that. I've almost. Oh, really, eh? You're very welcome, man. So I'm going to read that one out loud because I realize people who are watching this later might not get it. And then plus I can appreciate it. So Michelle is saying, Michelle then or Michael? Michael. Okay, there we go. Hi again, Tinman. I'm the younger lad that met you outside the Booster Juice. Yeah, and we kind of bumped into each other. You went over and took a picture of my front end, right? Of this decal on the front of my car. I've watched almost all of your videos now, and I can't get enough. That is so cool sounding, man. I am so intrigued. Thanks again for what you do, pal. You're very welcome, man. Thanks for jumping in here. You probably got work tomorrow. Karen's saying on the picture of Big Male that you talking about, yeah? The other night, can you share the link for me to what the video? Yeah, I can. I might even be able to do it right now then. How was going to go through stuff on here, but I know I'm not going to last with my battery life here. So if I just go back to Tinman. I'll do it later, though. But you know what that one was called? I'll tell you. It was my big male one, right? It's under most popular because it's a fairly popular one. And so the full version, the longest version of it, might be the full version on this in particular taping or camera. Because I think this tape I might have shut it off and turned it on for another moment, but at least there's another camera film of it. I love that part. That's why I tell it every time, just to help on confirmation in people's minds. So anyways, the full version is the 12 minutes and 25 seconds. It's called Large Baboon-Headed Species Found. Third encounter. If I was thinking about just seeing if I could copy it then and find you right now. Share. Oops, wrong side. Oops, where's that? Oh yeah, that's the right side there. Share. Okay. You're welcome, Karen. Just hit copy. Copy. Yep. And now I'm going over to hit Tinman. And then I come into the live. Now I'm joining you guys in live. Get to watch this guy you talk about so much. You know, the biggest thing I say is talk about the subject. Try to throw in some of my subjects that I talk about, the trees and stuff. It's just something that we need to be vitaminized. It's not given... Oh, okay, over there I bring it. Paste. Isn't that cool, eh? Hey, brother, how's it going out there, big-headed Martian? Not much, just chilling, you know. I thought I would just come on and... You see that there, Karen? And last night I came on and I did the video I just put up, yeah? Yeah. Right on. And the video I just put up, I did a breakdown on it on last night's live in the first 15 minutes or something like that. And it's kind of good. I did it on the computer. It's not the best picture or watch the quality, but you can still make out what I talk about it. So if you're interested in it, it'd be easier for you just to check into that. And I give a breakdown on my big male one that I just uploaded right there. Tagged on there. And yeah, I hope you see what I'm talking about. You know, and hopefully you really get that. Maybe you're one of the ones that already get it or can see it. Hey, Mary, how's it going? Young man it is. You know, ouch. You noticed, eh? Staying warm up here in beautiful British Columbia. I wonder how high above sea level I am here. Not much. Put it this way, the sea level in the Pacific Ocean here out in Vancouver, when the tide does its stuff, it affects the river all the way, the Fraser River, as far as where I am up here. Ciao then. Hey, how's it going, Mark? You surprised to see me up again tonight? Just chilling it, having good times. Just trying to, you know, come up with different little things of, hey guys, pay attention to the subject a little bit on my level. You know, I can't not do that. I added up some pretty cool longer video stuff. Well, listen to my 8-minute one, Mark. Just put it in the background for music, and just let it be there, and put it up pretty loud. Put up with my little bit of when I'm too close or something, because you need that volume to really listen to the language. And now start putting, and I'm not saying you don't do that, but start putting the language together. Like I say with the donkey, listen to it, because it's a noise that goes, it's a rising kind of hump noise, so like that. And so when the big is going, then that's when you hear the little. And there's actually minimally 3, I believe, is what I believe, doing it at the same time. And when you hear it on that, and then when you hear them fail out at the end, where they are, almost like that, it's just, because when we use our real voices all the time, or we get as good as Robin Williams and we're that good of a mimicker, we don't have to cough anymore. But there's time of getting our voice, or you need the water and stuff like that. Well, they're the same thing. It's kind of tickles their tonsils. And I called tonsils first. I called it first. Somebody write that down. Do I check email? Yes, I know it. I didn't check it today. Sorry, after I shared it with you and stuff. No, but I will. Where am I? I'm up in British Columbia here. Just in case you have already figured that out. Mission, British Columbia. It's an old river town that I think it might have been probably the second kind of river port that came from the Pacific when stuff would come in and they would bring stuff up here. I think Fort Langley was the first port, and Mission might have been second or something. I'm not too sure, but it's been here for a long time. It's kind of interesting that way. Oh, are you? Yeah, that's right, Michael. I figured you would probably be around here with us having bumped into each other. My memory's not the greatest, so, if we're talking again someday, you'll probably be having to, remind me when it comes to that. You ask me any question about Bigfoot, and I got a lot categorized in here, but I'm lucky if I'm remembering my children's birth dates properly. So Scout made you the Facebook. Oh, okay. Oh, sweet, man. Awesome, thank you. Sweet. So Scout the M Master is saying, the monster beast, is saying that he made me a Facebook and he's given me directions on being able to finish it too. What a nice guy, man. That's a guy that's wanting me to get my stuff out there better. I appreciate that, man. That's cool. I got to right away get into that. Then you can see timestamps. Okay. Every time I see you, I will for sure be asking you a lot more. Cool. So are you, because you said you were already into it. So are you getting, yeah, that is nice. Michelle, or Karen. Michael, sorry. But Michael, are you getting more into it where you're thinking about going out into the bush and doing that kind of stuff? Or you're just doing the big educational stuff, or whatever? Getting into it a bit on TV, looking at your own trees when you kind of get into what I'm saying with different trees, signs, and they get it Martian. A lot of wooden spoons to the head when you were young. How's that? I don't know if I got many. I think my mom kind of gave me a break. I think she understood me or something. It's probably my vices of old age. Oh, for keeping the files in order there. Yeah, I get you. Yeah. Yeah. My mom used my dad a lot to I think, control me. I think it was pretty successful. I think I had a fair amount of that fear, respect thing for my dad, where most of the time I probably shut it down pretty good with my mom. I'm just flashing in there, and I can remember arguing with her. I can remember dad coming up, and not to say she didn't have to handle me a few times. I remember getting dragged to the kitchen table for dinner by my hair because I was another thing. You know, not that my feet are being dragged, but you're going with it, right? I can remember that one. I used to tease my mom about that one because she would be, no, I didn't. So Michael is saying, I have never ever been out searching. Would love to, but nope, never have made it out. I am from Ontario, okay, and never heard of Bigfoot till I moved out here. Oh, okay. And thought the friends I made out here were Bigfoot. Ah! He's saying, just telling parents folk stories and started doing research, watching YouTube and TV shows, but have never found anything as real as yours. So thanks. Well, thank you, man. So you've watched my first face-to-face, because that's the one I put you to first. And she's not on here tonight, but there's another girl that comes on here also with her boyfriend, Chris. Has his channel that you come on at the same time. It's cool. Oh, cool. And she said it was exciting to hear just 2 nights ago, or 3 nights ago or something. She said that she made the recognition of gorilla. And she goes, not unless Canada has gorillas out there. So in other words, she's saying she sees it as being a Bigfoot unless Canada has gorillas out there, sort of thing, right? So that, it was, to me, it just, when I hear that, and I hear that kind of description, you must understand, you know, you got to kind of understand, especially you're a towner here, man. You live in town. That is cool, man. Have no shame to talk about it. And, you know, people will not judge you as not being the guy out here. They don't judge that. And if they do, then whatever, you sweep them away or whatever, right? But when you're telling, like, a friend at work or whatever, and you're saying, yeah, you should watch this video and stuff, and he's like this. His like this, really his focus is more on me. And then when people talk to me and I'm explaining that story, that, yeah, I've seen them, I've been in front of them like this, I'm trying to figure stuff out here. I just think I'm absolutely insane. But you'll get none of that thing for just being he's fooled. He watched it on the TV or the computer. He's fooled, he's just got to figure it out. And what I tell them, and I'm sure you're a believer of that now, Michael, is that, no, they're fooling us, man. They've been fooling us a long time. And they're changing in their fooling pattern. So we got to figure that out. All over the world, like a lot of places, a lot of people are talking about, hey, man, there's a little bit of change going on here. And then in science, I believe there's a big change in say the biology of trees and the formation, the biological formation maybe of the tree, and the speeds of trees, and the girth growth and height growth, and different seeding processes and flowering. Like, I swear there's trees around here that I see, and they're just started to come into a little bit of a bud, and then it's already, shut itself down. Or I say they're ticklers, and they know how to tickle certain information somehow. We'll figure that out. It's very cool, man. Yes, you did. Yeah, so you seen it too. Cool. I don't even know how many people are out there. What's going on? 7 watching now. Or that's the last time I was on. Still got my computer going here. So what did I go to? Any questions, anything like that going on? Everybody just chilling? I'm just jumping over to my playlist and stuff. Oh yeah, so the bone, the DNA one. Any of you that has the science-minded kind of DNA way going with your mind? Then probably the best one. DNA recovery. Kill. I think it might be the 605 one. I don't know. No, it's not the 605 one. Oh, the 605 one is the finding of it. If I'm remembering right, guys, so it's called bonus fresh kill and fresh eating. And I think this was live finding it. So you can tell that I was walking a long time, a ways for this forest. So for me to play some kind of a bullshit prank, and I played this for my son and he watched it. You know, he's a really inquisitive kid. He was 15, then he's 16 now. When you first see this bone coming up, he says, Dad, you didn't touch it, you didn't mess with it, because there's kind of a marking on the ground of where the bone was placed. So almost like the placer placed the bone and then decided to do chef, did I think I'm still coming to the bone unless I'm on the other side of it. Kind of funny seeing it like this, eh? But let me. Oh yeah, no, I've already gone past the bone here. So whatever. I think this is the one where I end up just picking up the bone off the ground there, and I just look at it for a moment and continue walking. I bet you if I looked up my notes, I'd know the time. I bet you the time's around 3, somewhere around 3 minutes or something. Sorry. One way up there. What time is it by me? 9:50 right now, p.m. I will check out my email for sure. Oh, I'm way up here. Just smoking a bowl of good old Colombian gold. Right on, eh? That must be going down nice. Bigfoot Memphis, not much, man. Just kind of... Oh, it's midnight there, eh? Just kicking back. Relaxing. Trying to talk about my stuff. Get people thinking that I'm serious. You know? I got my kind of... my plea or my style or whatever you want. Okay, so I already had the bone in my hand here. So it must be at the very beginning is when I find it. I'm just talking about my DNA right now, my piece of DNA bone. And I'm looking at the video when I found it. Oh, it's in my hand here still. Because I'm just curious, I'm just, well, I already had it in my hand there. I wonder if I have the video up of when I actually did pick it up. First picked it up, but I know I have it on video. Yeah, I found a bone, I'm going to say about 6 months back or something. And I've got a few videos here, and the coolest thing about the videos is the bone's like this long, deer bone. Smells totally for deer bone for me. It's got bone marrow in it on the walls and stuff. Has been started to be dug down. You get a trajectory of, I can anyways, when I'm using my mind and I'm looking and stuff, of curvature, thickness of a bone, because there's of a claw. There's 3 different plateaus of digging it out, and not just 3, like lowest plateaus, on almost like they're 3 different individual clawing out in a way. But coming down to each of those spots, there's a certain amount of ridges where the cleaning out, hasn't been refined, cleaned right down. But the lowest plateau is kind of almost like that final reach kind of thing in that spot. And so to me, it fully looks like it was just in function. It was being a meal. It was going like this. Either a single one being on his own, for he's out there working or whatever, and that's his lunch snack, whatever. But I know this is a living area myself, so I'm expecting more. Anyways, sharing with the kids, so it might be mom doing this. And then somebody throws it over there for a sample. Awesome things about it, it was red blood when I first picked it up. Ended up drying out a bit, but you can pick up on that on the videos. There's a series of few videos on it. But one of them I really get into the sun really well, and you really get a good understanding there with the sunlight and stuff. And I explain all those kind of theories then. Anyways, the thing that I really like about it, red blood in there, going like this, licking, getting saliva going, whatever kind of mixings are happening here, going into the blood, which is a really good thing in my mind, how I understand. And the blood will be locking it within this, because the red blood is still in a live state. And by the time I was walking out of the forest, because I would only hold it in my finger like that, I didn't want to put it into my pockets or anything like that and get dust and crap in it, right? By the time I got out, it had been, you can tell the blood was drying up a bit. So that was another thing telling me about it being placed just in front of me. And I said, I did kind of like a thank you thing, and that's one of the videos there, I think, is when I'm talking nutty again, right? And trying to get the respect, and yeah, wicked. And so, if any of you smart fellers out there can help me out, I was just thinking about this earlier. I have it in a safe place in a freezer. I don't want to have it in the freezer anymore. I want to have it so I can show it to you guys. And I can have it with me in my collection box, which I got to loosen up and get it closer here. Can I put it in a jar of whatever? Some formaldehyde or something. And it doesn't kill off what I'm trying to save in there. So we got, hey Mark, hey Scout. Yeah, I get that a lot. What do you get a lot? Oh, about it being so late there? Yeah, that's right. You're one of these people who don't sleep well. Isn't that right? Memphis. Good video today, eh? Yeah, found the bone. Thanks, Mark. Hey, Tinman. What's up, Memphis? Junior Sasquatch. Hey, how's it going? Just kicking back. Are you a junior of the big Memphis? Been watching your footage for over a year. Me. Memphis, eh? I think I know that you've been along the whole time. People criticizing you. Why? People are always criticizing us. And then we're also too sensitive, probably, not you though, right? And we're feeling criticized even, ouch, by other watchers and stuff. And I realized that I've not on purpose criticized guys, but like when we first met or had a good conversation on your live there where you said some stuff, you let me know, Memphis, that I don't go along with all of your things that you're into. And I said, hey, that's cool, man. You do your things. This is just my subject. And we've stayed that same way the whole time. And I just don't get your stuff. And I think you don't care that I don't get it. You get it and you're doing your stuff. And that's how we get around being insulted lots of times by other guys because, there's Dave out there, one guy, Dave, and he sees a lot of these things within the trees and stuff, and I really don't get that kind of stuff. So I'm very confused and I've acknowledged a few times that now that I've been around some weird knock thing that's so weirdly, I have my descriptions and stuff of understanding of it and stuff, but some weird knocks where I'm standing right there in front of the tree, in front of the piece of wood, and that's happened a few times, So Memphis Jr. is saying, haha, that would be for sure, Tinman. There was once a time I thought Memphis Sr. was insane. Right on. Hello, Karen. You're still hanging, cool. Or sending pieces of the blood where it was digging it out to see if any of whoever DNA could be there. Yeah, like that's what it's all about is I don't have that kind of finances to get the DNA going down. But that's where we'll end up being. Like 100%, that piece to me really is a gem. At 100%, like I say it like this, 99.9% to me, I fully think there's going to be something in there. But there's that 1%, like when you look at it and stuff, you will tell that that it's been carved out. You know me, you know my story, maybe the video when I come up to it and stuff. So you get the relation that really's been carved out. Who else is doing it? A bear, whatever. All the guy hadn't got around to yet, because we know they do bone clean them down, right? So they end up getting tools maybe and long sharp rocks and whatever. But at this point, it's just that quickest knife which is hooked to their finger. Like us with the fingernail, we'll do that with certain things and stuff, right? So they do that. What they hadn't gotten to was the full rotation cycle yet. And so that's one of the things I talk about is how much of a clue is that? Why wasn't he doing that from sooner? He had just been able to load up his fingers, his claw, with doing that instead of just doing like this and then maybe getting like this and then he's doing whatever he's doing. You kind of get me there? So it's everything is a piece of information when we come up with these things, you guys. So don't overlook them. Go ahead and feel like sometimes we're over getting information on them, but that little piece of information about that twig that was broken in your backyard, you might appreciate down the road when you're looking through your videos and it's helping you reflect on pieces and stuff, right? It's your data. So where are we? We're way up here. Good morning. Oh, hi, Hilda, right? I think you said Hilda then, eh? Would that be the proper pronunciation? Hilda? Like if you think it's Hilda, if it is kind of Hilda, say it with an A. But if it's just more to me for now, just so I know, and if it's more with just Hild, if I'm correct, then without the E, and then I'll know Hild, or I'll know Hilda for my pronunciation. That's all I'm saying. Bigfoot Memphis is saying, yeah, we got our own style. Yeah, we do. Haha. If you put in liquid, it might hurt that DNA. Yeah, I want to find that out 100% before I do that, but I'd like to see if I can. Not in my freezer. It isn't in my freezer, so I don't have a freezer. I'm living in the freezer right now, remember? Freezing it is good, though. Yeah, I knew freezing it wouldn't be a problem. I got it into the freezer that day. I knew it was just better than just letting it dry up. Hello, Tinman. Oh, Lisa, hi. How are you doing? Lisa here. Missed my live chat? When? Just now? Or the one last night? Yeah, last night, I think. And last night, you know what? If you're into trying to get a good piece of information on my baboon big male video or whatever, you'll find them in there in my playlist, in my 100%. Yeah, I do a good breakdown. Oh, I talk about them anyway. So just go on that video in the first 15 minutes around. I talk about them, so you'll get some information there. Hey, Bigfoot is out there. How's it going? A lot of lates up tonight, eh? Okay, so Hild with the E. So Hilda. See, yes. I think that's the first way I said it then was Hilda, and you're saying yes. Okay. That's cool. So what's going on? Somebody tell me something exciting, something new. Something blue or something pink. I've drank my tea. Holy cow, I've been... Oh, it's only an hour. Not even an hour. Oh, is that what you thought it was already, Karen? Yeah, insomniac. That's what you're saying. So that means little sleep. It doesn't mean just at lack of sleep in the nighttime. And you just woke up, did you, Hilda? Right on. Yeah, so it's like maybe 6 a.m. then or something? 7 a.m. out there? Where's my book? So Lisa's saying, do you believe Bigfoot is closer to the cities than we realize? I know that Bigfoot is throughout cities and stuff. So, do I believe Bigfoot is closer to the cities than we realize? Yes, much closer than we realize. Stanley Park, they live in Stanley Park, if you happen to know. Yeah, that's right. That's our big city park or whatever, like really close. That's part of the thing that got me going here, Lisa, is in my early days, in my first 21 days, I kind of had this one plot of land that I broke up into 3 parcels. And I got to learn a lot of information in those 21 days. On the last of the 21 days, it was like me pointing the camera into this. I was standing at the back corner, just at the back corner here, pointing my camera to just dense wilderness. And I go, I'm going to have to... just because I wanted to at this point, I'm going to have to figure out how to track them into that kind of terrain, you guys. I said that. Either the next day or the next day. This is perfect, this little kind of map thing here. Let's just pretend this is water, right? Well, the next day, so the place is over here. And so I drive home way, way over here. The next day I decide I'm going to take a different way. I drive up and I end up over here. And I think, well, I'll just stop here because I haven't found the place yet. Exactly, I haven't figured out where I am. I'm going to just hang out here and because there was a little water fountain thing there. Like a freshwater stream, I should say. People were getting water from it, so I stopped there. I see a trail. I go up the trail. Right away, I started realizing, hey, man, I'm detecting the signs. I must be understanding my place and all this kind of stuff. I ended up hanging out there for a couple of hours. I ended up getting, when I was leaving at the bottom of the trail just before my car, I came across either a crow or a raven's wing. Lifted it up. There's an eagle baby skull and a blue heron baby skull. This is my second set that I'm finding now ever in life together. But the first one I had no clue. It was just pre 6 months Bigfoot kind of stuff. So I thought I just lucked out and got this eagle skull and this blue heron skull together under a dugout log by the river, by the Stave Lake, in the same general area in a way. You know, it is. And so that was just fluke that those two things were there. And now I'm finding two of them together. And these ones are, and that's why I know they're baby ones, is because those pre-ones is where the blue heron, it would be over 8 inches. And the eagle one is just phenomenally big and awesome too. Painted it black and stuff. You see that on some of my earlier videos, I think. Before I realized what I had as a find. Anyways, so now I got that little stuff. I go back, I get in my car, I drive back home, get all the way home, I bring up Google Earth, because I'm curious, how come I never found that other spot? And I realize there's a big body of water like this that separates them. So like I'm saying, this is about my 23rd day. And so then I realized, holy cow, you know, who's going to go across that big body of water every day and commute for food and work and stuff? You know, that's how I'm looking at these beings somewhat. There I was already really feeling that they live there and it's a big part of their life there. And then when I was over there, it felt monstrous, because it's an unbelievable big piece of plot of land. That one there does attach to big plot of land, but I don't ever sink myself into it, so I'm always feeling that it's a small plot of land in those days. And here I'm just knowing that it's hundreds of acres. And I was just realizing that's different information going on. So anyways, so within the next couple of days, now let's change this map a little bit. And I'm going to turn it like this. This is the Matsqui side of the Fraser River system. Matsqui side of the Fraser River system. This is my mission side. So I did all my stuff first looking over here and stuff. Now I come back to around my town here. I think I first went over here to about DeRoche and realized, holy cow, I'm seeing them, tracking them, and picking up all this different information. At one point, I decided just to come across our big Mission Bridge right to Matsqui here, because there's a campground there. So I came in the daytime. I seen they were hanging out in my campground, the campground there and stuff. So I'm kind of, like I think I said, messages like pretty frantic-y sounding messages, like people, they're hanging out. They go where our kids are, and you know, I'm saying this kind of crap stuff. Next night, I'm trying to take a break over in Mission. Gets to be about 8 p.m. or something. I get antsy. I can't be resting on this. I go over, decide I'm going to go over to the campground and do a night look. So I'm over there. This is just like probably late September or late September or something when I did that last year. And so I get there.